Hello there. Today I want to show off one of my older quilts that I made this in 2006. Once again, I remind everyone, whenever you're making a quilt, make sure you put a label on the back. If I didn't have a label on this, I would know nothing about it. I just don't remember well. So this was made in 2006, and I even put kind of a nice little label there. I call it an Asian Lone Star. Now, Lone Star quilts have been around for a long, long time, and they are very fun to make. I might have made it after I took a class with Jan Krentz, and this is the book that I used in that class, I think. But I'm not sure, because I remember taking a couple of other classes or doing other Lone Stars, so I might have done another one when I took this class. But this book is a good book. It's an older one. I think it was first came out in 2001. I'm not sure how available it is now, but I also recommend, if you have some quilting books, I hang on to mine, the ones that I really like. I also went to an actual class where she was teaching, and I really recommend that. If you can get someone who, get into a class with someone who has a book, and you just get a lot more information. So, that's that. But my Asian Lone Star started when I found some fabric, some Asian fabric, which I think you can kind of see what it looks like if you look at these big corner squares. This is the fabric that I used to cut out, and I fussy cut these diamonds that are right in the center here. I fussy cut those, but then I found other fabrics that coordinated with this fabric to have for these other diamonds that I put into this Lone Star. And you can see there's a green and a white and a red, and then on the edges there's a little bit of peachy orange or peach color and a pink. When you make a Lone Star, usually the way to do it is to sew strips of fabric together and then cut them on the diagonal, so that you end up with a diagonal piece or strip that has like this piece and this piece and this piece and this piece. And then you will have one with this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece. So you have those diamonds sewn together, but they're not too hard to make your 8 pointed star. And I like the way I did it. I wanted to show you though. I free motion quilted this myself, and when I look on it now, I think, well, I did a pretty good job in some places. Some of my curved edges, I did not want to go like in the ditch here. That would have been difficult. And so I thought, oh, I'll just do this kind of curve away. Some of them work well. Some of them are a little off. I don't know what I was thinking up here, but I did curves rather than going straight across on this brownish piece. But I know where that piece came from. If you look right over here, you can see that it's a little looks like a Japanese door or an Asian something. But I don't know. I don't remember what I was thinking when I decided I wanted that quilting to go quite like I did. I did decide that in the border, I used a different fabric. It's a black fabric that has some lighter black in it, and I mainly followed the lines of the lighter, it's almost a dark gray. I followed them coming down, and then there was some bits of, I don't know, plants. So I thought, oh, I'll just take my thread and go around the edge of this plant leaf. It's different. I'm not, but I was learning. And so some of it's better than others. And I thought, hey, you know, we try things, and I got a lot of practice free motion quilting with this quilt. I think I've gotten a little bit better now after 20 years. This is, these pieces, I looked at those and I'm not sure what I did here. Although I know I did like gold thread around this part. So I changed my thread on that, and then on the background, the black part, I used black thread because I can see that on the back of the quilt. And then did the binding, the same fabric as I have, and the little bit of an inside border. So I think it's interesting to look back on some of the things that we have done. And I remember free motion quilting, when you're first starting, it's kind of a scary thing. And the more you practice, the better you will get. And hey, it still looks like a nice quilt. And now when I free motion quilt, I'm so much more at ease and so used to it that I think that helps in making your quilting look a little bit better. So take your older quilts and make sure you put a label on them. It helps if you find a folder or something about them. I couldn't find that with this one. And it's kind of nice to look upon these old things and see what you like and what you might change the next time you want to make a quilt. So, Asian Lone Star.